Philip Jared Heath, born December 18, 1979, is an American IFBB professional bodybuilder. He is a 7-time Mr. Olympia winner, having won the competition every year from 2011 to 2017. His latest victory tied him with Arnold Schwarzenegger for the joint second number of all-time Mr. Olympia wins, behind Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman, who are joint first with 8 wins each. Heath entered bodybuilding in 2002. In 2005, he won the overall title at the NPC, National Physique Committee, USA Championships, earning the right to compete as an IFBB pro. He won his first 2 IFBB professional events the following year, the Colorado Pro Championships and the New York Pro Championship. In 2007, Heath placed 5th at the Arnold Classic. Although he still qualified to compete in the 2007 Mr. Olympia contest, Heath, nevertheless, decided not to enter the contest, stating that he needed additional time to improve his form. Dexter "The Blade" Jackson, born November 25, 1969, is an American IFBB professional bodybuilder and the 2008 Mr. Olympia bodybuilding champion. Jackson has won more professional bodybuilding titles than any other person. He has the distinction of winning the Arnold Classic a record 5 times, 2005, 2006, 2008, 2013, 2015. After winning the Arnold Classic in 2015, he proceeded to place second in the 2015 Mr. Olympia. He is from Jacksonville, Florida. Dexter's first NPC, National Physique Committee, competition was the NPC Southern States Championship of 1992, where he took 3rd. He first competed professionally in the 1999 Arnold Classic, Night of Champions, and Mr. Olympia contests, placing 7th, 3rd, and 9th, respectively. At the 2007 Mr. Olympia, Jackson placed 3rd and many critics said he would not likely place any higher. At the 2007 Mr. Olympia, Jackson placed 3rd and many critics said he would not likely place any higher. 2008 was a great year for Jackson, as he won the Arnold Classic, Australian Pro Grand Prix 8, New Zealand Grand Prix, Russian Grand Prix and the Mr. Olympia. Jude Ferrigno, born November 9, 1951, is an American actor, fitness trainer, fitness consultant and retired professional bodybuilder. As a bodybuilder, Ferrigno won an IFBB Mr. America title and 2 consecutive IFBB Mr. Universe titles, and appeared in the bodybuilding documentary Pumping Iron. As an actor, he is best known for his title role in the CBS television series The Incredible Hulk and vocally reprising the role in subsequent animated and computer-generated incarnations. He has also appeared in European-produced fantasy adventures such as Sinbad of the Seven Seas and Hercules, and as himself in the sitcom The King of Queens and the 2009 comedy I Love You, Man. Kenneth Flex Wheeler, born August 23, 1965, is an American IFBB professional bodybuilder. He won the Arnold Classic a then record 4 times and was once described by Arnold Schwarzenegger as one of the greatest bodybuilders he had ever seen. Ronnie Coleman has stated that Wheeler was the best bodybuilder he competed against. After a short career as a police officer, Wheeler focused full-time on becoming a professional bodybuilder. He competed for the first time in 1983, but it was not until 1989 that he secured a first-place trophy at the NPC Mr. California Championships. He placed 2nd at the 1993 Mr. Olympia, narrowly missing a win, something he was to repeat in 1998 and 1999. He is a 5-time Ironman Pro winner, 4-time Arnold Classic winner, and has won the France Grand Prix, South Beach Pro Invitational, Night of Champions, and Hungarian Grand Prix. Kevin Mark Levrone, born July 16, 1964, is an American IFBB professional bodybuilder, IFBB Hall of Famer, musician and blogger. During his professional career, Lerone competed in 68 IFBB professional contests. Considered as one of the best bodybuilders of the 1990s, even though he never won the prestigious Mr. Olympia title, he has won 23 pro shows, holding the record of the most wins as an IFBB professional until Ronnie Coleman set the new record in 2004, and that record was eventually broken by Dexter Jackson in 2016 with 28 wins. Lerone began his professional IFBB career in 1991 after finishing first in the NPC finals. After placing second at the 1992 Mr. Olympia contest, for his first participation, he had a severe injury in February 1993, completely tearing his major and minor pectorals while bench pressing 600 pounds, and he needed surgery to reattach them. He had 2 surgeries, the first one lasted 8 hours, then while he was healing he got an infection and he needed a second surgery. Lee Haney, born November 11, 1959, is an American former IFBB professional bodybuilder. Haney shares the all-time record for most Mr. Olympia titles at 8 with Ronnie Coleman. Haney grew up in Spartanburg, South Carolina. He is a graduate of Spartanburg Methodist College, where he earned a degree in youth counseling. He and his wife, Shirley, reside in Atlanta, Georgia. They have 2 children. President Bill Clinton appointed Haney chairman of the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. A devout born-again Christian, Haney has his own program on the Trinity Broadcasting Network called Totally Fit with Lee Haney, where he is usually joined by famous Christian sportsmen. Dorian Yates. The principal genuine mass monster Dorian Yates, who like Haney was undefeated Olympia, positions 4th in our rundown. Dorian started another time of weight training, with the size and rock-like molding anybody had ever observed. Dorian all through his vocation has won 6 Olympia trophies. What makes Dorian Yates one of the untouched's best weightlifters ever isn't just his 6 Mr. Olympia titles, 1992 to 1997, yet additionally his extraordinary preparing style. While we knew Dorian for his preparation 4 days every week, a few expert weightlifters prepared 6 days per week. The explanation was his high extreme preparing style, and he arrived at the full muscle recuperation with shorter yet serious 4 days per week. We additionally knew him before any other person for bringing his very destroyed glutes and hamstrings to the stage. Other than his achievements and probably the most rock-hard weight training molding, the hard-working attitude of Yates makes him a symbol for some fans. Yates worked 365 days every year with a machine-like spotlight on preparing, with exceptional and fierce schedules, which was additionally one purpose behind his initial retirement. Jay Cutler, specifically, is my preferred weightlifter. In spite of the fact that Jay burned through a large portion of his vocation battling with Ronnie Coleman in second, he's a 4-time Mr. Olympia all alone. He would have been Mr. Olympia winning the best muscle head of history if not for Big Ron. Likewise, Jay is the main Mr. Olympia to lose the opposition and afterward return to win the title. Jay Cutler is a champ of multiple times Mr. Olympia, 2006, 2007, 2009, 2010. One of the cutting-edge mass manufacturers, Cutler, said something regarding the phase at a strong 275 pounds. Cutler is considered to have one of the most gigantic yet stylishly engaging bodies in the cutting-edge time, with his huge chest area and feathered quads. Regardless of whether you know nothing about bodybuilding, you most likely know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is. The musclehead from Austria set precedents in the realm of wellness, turning into the most youthful individual to win the title of Mr. Universe when he was 20. Throughout the years, he piled on incalculable titles, including 4 additional titles of Mr. Universe and 7 lofty titles of Mr. Olympia. After a celebrated working out profession, Schwarzenegger, who, subsequent to relocating to the US in 1968, had become a US resident, started to overcome another industry, Hollywood. Many consider him as the world's best weightlifter ever. Be that as it may, Schwarzenegger couldn't contend with the norms of today regarding physicality. Truth be told, numerous jocks have demonstrated better quality and mass since the mid-1990s while contending with Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger has effectively changed working out for a considerable length of time with his alluring character and never amazing, confronting all chances. An obscure reality about Arnold is that all through his vocation he has likewise contended and won a few powerlifting challenges. Ronnie Coleman definitely is the world's #1 weightlifter ever. At the point when 1997, Mr. Olympia Dorian Yates resigned and Paul Dillon crumbled in front of an audience, Ronnie Coleman staggered the lifting weights world in the wake of winning his first Mr. Olympia title in 1998. Coleman removed the show from Sean Ray, Nasser El Sonbadi, Lee Priest, Flex Wheeler, and Kevin Levrone. Every one of them have been moving for a considerable length of time against Dorian for the lead position. Ronnie came and tore in the Monstrous, and maybe Dorian was happy he resigned at the time on the grounds that the size and molding of Ronnie were unequaled to this point. In the beginning periods of his vocation, Ronnie Coleman had everything, including mass and molding. Not exclusively was Ronnie Coleman perhaps the greatest muscle head ever, 300 pounds stage weight, however he was additionally one of the most grounded. Subscribe and press the bell icon to get more videos.